C, save your relationship. Okay, so yes, divorce rates are high. They say that 1 in every 2 married couples ends in divorce. That's a high statistic. That's 50%. Wow. So Oxford ethicist Brian Earp believes that we are simply not built to pull off decades-long relationships in this modern world. And he gives a couple of examples. So one, saying that biologically we outlive our ancestors by decades. So then therefore you're stuck with that same partner that much longer. He also gives the example that now, you know, in our modern world, that within partners, both of them have economic freedom, as opposed to in the past when like the woman was dependent on the man financially. So he and his colleagues pose a provocative question. In a tightly controlled research setting, could drugs like ecstasy be the answer to a commitment-averse culture? He goes on to say that if love drugs ever become safely and cheaply available, if they could be shown to improve love, improve commitment, and marital well-being, and therefore lessen divorce, of course in like, you know, the right dosages and under like a controlled setting, people should do it. Thoughts, 5 words or less?
Experience love.
Get f***ed up. Get f***ed.
Ooh.
Love, not other drugs.
X.
See?
We're like the same. X prevents having an X.
Ooh.
Having an X. Okay, so do you guys buy this?
No.
There's been a lot of research done.
Seems like you're tricking your body into loving someone.
Exactly.
It's so
Ooh,
bad.
Yeah, that's true. The same could be said about weed and all that stuff too, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, if maybe it's a new experience to
Yeah.
be, you know, maybe if you guys already love each other,
It
it's
reignites
like
the flame.
bowling or ice skating.
Ecstasy.
Shrooms, you know.
Shrooms, yeah,
Why
because
not?
there was another study with shrooms where, you know, people that were depressed or whatever, and of course this isn't a controlled environment, of course this is like a very specific dosage, you know, given to you, prescribed to you by a doctor, but the people that were taking the shrooms were more compassionate, they found peace. So do you think that in the future that people, it'll be a lot more common to take drugs like ecstasy or acid or shrooms in order to treat you in your relationship?
It's cheaper than road tripping together.
What?
What is that?
What is
opposed
that?
to tripping.
Tripping together. Thank you so much. I was one man there for a while.
Okay, so let's talk about this then. If we were to have, would you take shrooms or would you take ecstasy? Because here's the thing, with that shroom study, they found that 6 months later, they still had the lasting feeling. So it wasn't just, oh, we feel this way because we were just tripping. No, it was long lasting 6 months later. So would you guys take shrooms or ecstasy to help improve or save your relationship?
No.
Why not?
Because I have such a fear, because I used to watch those movies on TV where one kid took ecstasy and he had a heart attack. Like,
But
you know
this
what I
is-
mean? Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Then shroom only.
And then shrooms. No, when we were at boarding school, there was this kid who overdosed on shrooms.
Right.
It was so gross. He was
Right.
puking everywhere.
And
I can't.
I totally get that, but this is under a doctor's supervision, and it's a specific dosage. So many people that are taking it on the street.
Just legal shrooms.
Here's the deal: if you're not in love with your partner anymore, then don't be with them.
But you don't understand. What if it's like 20 years down the road? What if you have kids? Like, do you think that? Okay, here's my opinion. I've never taken drugs. I've never taken shrooms or LSD or.
Even if you have, that's fine. But
Or
like,
no, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I've
Yeah.
never done it. But I would consider this if I had a family and I had, you know, I think that marriages, like the guy from Oxford said, Brian Earp said, that marriages, they go through the ups and downs. So if there's something that a doctor can prescribe, and you're trying to save your marriage, and you have kids, it might be worth a shot.
I say go to therapy, like couples therapy.
What do you think about antidepressants?
I hate them because I was on them. It's like putting a Band-Aid on an open wound. You're stopping the blood and pus from coming out, but it's still going to be there. The way that you get better is you fix your problems and you deal with the things in your life that are causing you to be this way.
That's true. I think that
You
could
go
work for
to
some
therapy.
people, but then other people might have such a chemical imbalance
That's
they might
true.
need to have
Medication.
A lot of times drugs are prescribed in conjunction with behavioral therapy.
Yeah, you can do both.
That's true.
Yeah. So would you guys do it though in your relationships?
I'd say maybe in a fun setting. If you guys are depressed, why do it? You know, maybe if you guys are like, oh, this is fun. Wait, how do you feel about ecstasy tonight? Just to see what happens. Go to a
That's
rave.
different.
Okay, so you would do it in a fun setting, but
Yes.
not as a doctor prescribed to you.
Yes.
What about you?
I think people would, if I was bored in a relationship, you just,
Yeah.
frequently if you get bored in a relationship, you look at the other person, you're like, why don't you come up with an awesome idea for us to do? And what awesomer an idea than just doing shrooms?
If we're talking about it like that, then I agree with you.
But wouldn't you rather, do you
to
trust
fix your relationship?
But here's the thing,
Oh, no,
but do you
I
trust
don't.
some of the drugs out there? Wouldn't you rather it be prescribed in the specific dose from a doctor?
Yeah, I mean, but
I
however,
would.
you're
I'd
already
rather
making your
than
decision
Timmy
at that
2
point.
on the freaking corner giving it to me.
You know, there's guys over here on
Sorry,
Hollywood.
Tim. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do you guys think about couples taking ecstasy to potentially save their relationships? Would you guys do it? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Trigger.